Ta-da! Hi Mime and everyone else who's watching. Thank you for joining me in this, I don't know what it will be, video, but planned is a reading diary for the following book, A Little Life Left by Hanya Yanagihara. Whoa, I totally nailed that name. And I don't know what this video will be. Obviously a reading diary for this book, but I don't know how much else I will show. Maybe it will be also a two-part video because I just talk too much. We will see about that. I wanted to make this a video because I feel like capturing my emotions on the camera and capturing them really fresh is better than just writing down my thoughts and then discussing them with you, Mime. And for those of you who are not Mime, who are watching and wondering why I do this video, Mime is doing Vlogmas, and in one of the vlogs she was answering some questions and said in one of these vlogs that A Little Life is her favorite read this year, but she can't talk to anyone about this read because nobody else has read it, and she's trying to make everyone read it around her, but nobody did so far, and I know this experience just too well. I have so many books that I've read and loved, and I can't talk to anybody about them because, I don't know, I'm just strange. I like not that popular books. So I read the synopsis of the book and said, okay, it sounds interesting, it sounds intimidating because, yeah, shortlisted for the Man Booker last year, and I'm not someone who reads books that are shortlisted for any prize in general, so we'll see how I can deal with it. And it's pretty massive too. It has about 700 pages, I believe. Beware, there will obviously be spoilers, so for those of you who haven't read the book, please stop watching now, go read the book. So Mime and everyone else who's watching, have fun! It's day one of reading A Little Life, and I've only managed to read one chapter because I had a really busy day. But so far I like the book, although I have difficulties keeping the four guys apart. I kind of confuse them every once in a while. But so far I think Jude's the most interesting character, and I really want to know why he has this pain and what's up with his legs. Why does he say certain nationalities twice? Like Senegalese, Pakistanis, and Mexicans? Is that a writing mistake? Somebody printed wrong, or is this actually serious? Okay, I'm really not that much farther in than my last mini update, but I got the thing with the two nationalities. If you kind of read it out loud, it makes sense, but now I'm again confused, like only 2 pages from the last incident, but now there seems to have been a time jump of 2 months, and like literally there's nothing indicating it, just that thing how long JB works at the magazine, and suddenly it's 5 months, and now I don't know, there is a time jump? Really? Was there a time jump? Why is there a time jump? Has nothing happened? And I don't know. Yeah, so still not really into the book because I get confused pretty easily. But this was part of the deal when you were friends with Jude. He knew it, Andy knew it, they all knew it. You let things slide that your instincts told you not to. You scooted around the edges of your suspicions. You understood that proof of your friendship lay in keeping your distance and accepting what was told you,
and turning and walking away when the door was shut in your face instead of trying to force it open again. Cat demanding his place. But really, I had to read this little part to you because it kind of tore at my heart. I hope everything will be alright, but I have the suspicion that it won't. It's kind of sad and really selfish, self-destructing idea to behave this way. So it just makes me sad, and I think that no matter what, that this isn't how friendship should be. Right now, it actually seems like the friendship is so pure in this book that the sentences alone doesn't really make sense somehow, because they're not bad friends, but it just doesn't feel right.
I'm done with the first part, Lispenard Street. I don't really know how to express my feelings, to be honest. The first part goes until page 83, 84, something like that, so it's not really far into the book, but already there's so much happening and not happening at the same time. And sometimes I think the book is a bit slow, like really a bit slow, and some characters are not that interesting. So far my favorites are Jude and Willem, and I love to read about Willem, to read from Willem's perspective, and I really liked Willem's story so far with his brother and how he developed, and he's just such a good guy and such a good-hearted guy. And my other favorite character is Jude, although we haven't had June's point of view so far, which is really sad. I want to know what's going on inside his head. I really like Jude. He's just this right kind of weird guy that I seem to like, and he's just also seems to be really nice and really invested in the friendship. JB is a character that's sometimes interesting, sometimes I really don't like him. When he talks about his art, I really love him. He's just amazing. And at other times he's quite strange. And Malcolm is the guy of the bunch that I like the least so far. He can be quite alright too, but so far I don't know, he's just not my cup of tea. And the pages are really long. I'm really slowly reading this book, like so slow that I can't even really get how slow I read it. But I like the book so far, and it already has such emotional states, such emotional writing and such emotional situations that I already am tearing up. I had some little tears dribbling down my cheeks twice, and I really like that, but at times it's a bit too slow and too confusing for me. The time goes by really fast, and you don't really get that it goes by really fast because it seems that everything is happening right after each other, so that you kind of have this day, next day, following day, but in reality it's like 1 month, 2 months later, half a year later, and you're like, what? Huh? How much time goes by? And that's a bit really confusing so far because I don't really get the time in
it's full how it's supposed to be. I have no feeling of the years or the months that go by. But I can see already why you may like this book so much. It really has special writing, and I'm babbling way too much for just being 83 pages in. But it has really a beautiful writing, and it's really a lyrical writing as well, and I don't know, I really like the way the book is told and read it, and I'm really interested to see where it's going to go, but I have really bad feelings for Jude. I don't know, it sounds like he's not going to make it. Kitty needs to make noise. Really, he can't sleep quietly. He always makes his noises when he turns and tosses and finds a new position, so I'm sorry. I somehow get why Willem and the others don't just talk honestly to Jude and try to find out what's wrong with him, but at the same time I think it's such a stupid thing to not talk to him, because it's pretty dangerous in my opinion. I mean, like, I think we can all get that you have the feeling that you should talk with someone about certain things, but you never do because you're scared of what will happen, you're scared of yourself, and well, I get that, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't talk. And I think in this case it's really dangerous because something's obviously not right with Jude. He has obviously some problems. I love Jude so much and I don't want anything happening to him, so on the inside I'm like, Willem, go talk to him, go do something. I will hate you if you don't. Like, seriously, I would slap him at the back of his head if I could and be like, oh my god, dude, go ahead and talk to him, please. I finished part 2, The Postman, today, and I haven't done a video update in about a week, so I thought it was time to do so again, and yeah, here I am. Well, basically part 2 is exactly what I wanted to have. I wanted to have a chapter from Jude's point of view, and well, this entire part was from Jude's point of view basically most of the time. I kind of expected something completely different. I was kind of not happy at the beginning with Jude because he seemed so unfamiliar and so strange and not like the Jude I got to know, and I didn't really like that. But over the time the Jude I got to know and the Jude I was getting to know in the second part kind of melted together, and then I liked him just like I liked him before. And I really like that we get to see why Jude is the person he is, what happened to him, although I think the reader is the one who knows the most about Jude's part from the active characters in the book, and still we don't know anything. Basically we have so many holes still and what exactly happened, but it was really sad to read what happened to Jude, and I had tears in my eyes every once in a while, and I really was sad for him. Still at the same time I felt like this part dragged a bit. It was a bit of a lot of information that wasn't really necessary, and that was pretty boring to read, and I didn't really like that. What was also really confusing was the timeline, like where we are, what time we are at. It was just really confusing to be exactly in the clear where you are. You know basically where you started and where you end, but the middle is just like, you know, it's in the past, but you don't know where exactly in the past. And the present tense times I was really confused as where
we were. That's like the only main critique I have for this book so far, that the time is just way too confusing and there are way too many jumps back and forth here and there, and it's not easy to keep up with this pace, and that it's at times a bit too much, but I still really like the writing style of Miss Yanagihara, and yeah, overall I still like the book, but I'm not like totally overwhelmed so far. And yeah, it's a good book, I like reading it, I want to keep reading it, although I didn't have a lot of time this past week. But that moment when we had Harold's point of view, I believe, and it was in first person narrator instead of third person as it has been in this book so far, I was kind of pretty shocked and wondering if this means that this book is basically Harold's next book, or one of the books he's writing on, telling the story of the four friends. And if it is true, I'm again really scared for Jude. I actually thought at the one point before the Harold part started that Jude died, and I was so sad and was almost crying. Luckily he wasn't dead, so yeah, hooray. But if my theory is true, then why does Harold write this book? There must be something happening, and I'm still not really sure if Jude's going to make it out alive. Although sometimes I have the feeling that he wants to end his life, but at other times, most of the time, I don't think that he's the person for that, that he still likes life too much to let go, and he has come so far and he has evolved so much that I don't think that's really in there, but I'm not sure, and I'm still worried. And another thing I want to say, is it just me, or is there this Willem-Jude potential couple tension there? Like, especially in the Harold part? I think he was talking to Willem about Jude, right? Like, and how Willem takes care of Jude, and this Willem, I love you. But Willem is not gay and he has girlfriends, and I don't know if Jude will ever be able to have a romantic relationship with anyone, which is understandable given the circumstances of his development. But I don't know, and I would really love to see them as a couple, to be honest. Maybe because I watched the entire first season of Yuri on Ice the past 2 weeks and the last episode yesterday, and I just love this show, and I really want to have Victor and Yuri together and something like passionate kiss and so on, so maybe I'm projecting a bit here. And the part with Brother Luke is that he raped Jude, right? But I don't know, he didn't seem that way. He seemed so nice and like, come on, I want to show you something, I'm a nice guy, I forgive you, and he gets in the greenhouse. And although all of the brothers are really, really weird at this monastery, I mean, like, making him feel so bad and just treating him so bad that they all should go to jail for that, because no! And it really just made Jude a really, like, not nice person, to say it nicely. And because he was just so threatened and so scared, and I think I would behave the same way. I completely don't understand why they treat him that way. Oh my god, I don't want to know it more detail, but I want to know it more detail. You know what I mean? Merry Christmas, everyone. Mime, Duncan, Latte, and Cinnamon, of course. And to everyone else who's watching, I hope you had a great holiday season and had fun with your family, got the presents you wanted, got delicious food, and by the time you see this, it is probably the new year, but still, Merry, Merry Christmas.